Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and keeping safe. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be talking to you about hair growth and how I have grown my hair and how you can grow your hair too. So if that is something that interests you, then keep watching. I have got a load of notes all wrote down purely because I don't want to miss anything out. I did try to film this video yesterday, but because I didn't prepare myself like I have today, it just was all over the place and it wouldn't have been as structured as what I wanted it to, and then my next door neighbours decided to play loud music, so let's hope that don't happen again. I am just going to start off by telling you a little bit of a backstory on my hair, how I've helped myself out basically, and just give any little tips to help you out. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so a little backstory about my hair. When I was younger, and I mean younger, when I was really little, I had hair down to my bum. I must have been in primary school or something because I can't actually remember it. I just remember being told about it. I was getting bullied at school, and one day my mum was brushing my hair, or she was doing something to my hair, and she realised I had like a bald spot on the back of my head. And it turns out that subconsciously, when I was in my room, or my old room, which is this room now, I would sit and pull out my hair. See, I don't remember doing it, you know, I must have. It was all down to me being bullied at school. Now, to sort of even out my hair, my mum's old friend who done hairdressing on the side came and had to chop my hair off. So it must have been like right up here or somewhere like quite high, just so my hair would sort of start to grow back even in a way. And I'm so glad I don't remember any of that, because that would have been so horrible, having your hair down to your bum and then having it all chopped off. It would have been awful. Fast forward years and years and years, got to my early teens, I started to experiment with hair dyes, which a lot of kids do. If I can find them, I will show photos of my hair being orange, being blonde, being purple. I think I've had it red at some point, I've had it black. I really experimented with my hair, and it's safe to say that when you do that, you do damage your natural hair, and it does stop it from growing. And because I used to style my hair all the time and I never used anything, no like protectant or anything on it, it was no wonder that it wouldn't grow. And I remember I would Google and, you know, just look on the internet to see a video of someone magically growing their hair, and under no way am I saying that watching this video is I'm going to give you any magic tricks on how to grow your hair, because I'm not. I've learned how to be nicer to my hair in a sense. I finally got my hair to about here maybe, and it, you know, it wouldn't grow past that point. So I tried a new hairdresser's, which is literally like 5 minutes away from my house. I was extremely nervous to go into this hairdresser's. You know, when, I don't know if like non-popular people at school or whatever would feel the same, but when you go into the hairdresser's and you see all these like really pretty girls around you, and they're not really talking to you and they just make you feel uncomfortable. That's how I felt in there. And when I went in, and I'd spent ages trying to get my hair to grow to a certain point, I just said to them, please can you only take a tiny bit off? And the woman was like, yeah, that's fine. And I remember she pulled the back of my hair and she just went snip, and she took a lot off, like it was just a full right at the back of my head, and I wanted to cry. Like, I can't remember exactly, you know, what I'd done or said or anything, but I just wanted to cry. So I finally spent ages growing my hair, trying to grow my hair, and this inconsiderate woman just come along and took a massive snip. So I then had to have it cut extremely short again, which I have found a photo, so I will insert it up here. And because I've got sort of like a round face, when you have your hair cut like that, it makes your face look even more round, in my opinion. A little bit like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory when, can't remember her name, but when she turns into a blueberry or whatever it is and she just goes round. That's what I felt like. So it was awful. And then I once again spent ages and ages and ages trying and researching on how to grow my hair, and there was loads of people saying take these vitamins, have this very expensive shampoo, and none of it worked. Like, it's all gimmicks. It is all gimmicks, because none of it worked at all. I randomly come across this tiny little hairdressers about 15 minutes away from me, and I spoke to the owner and I told her my position and how nervous I was, and she was like, come in, I'll look after you. So I did. I went in. I was extremely nervous, and she literally, I say that she's magic, because as soon as I went to her, my hair just magically started to grow. But obviously it wasn't magic. When she went to go cut my hair, she literally took the most tiniest bit, snipped the most tiniest bit off the end and said, is that okay? And then she continued and kept saying, is this okay? And she just completely put me at ease, and it was absolutely fantastic. But ever since then, my hair, I don't know if you can see, has completely grown. I honestly, I think it's like a mixture of what I've done and what she's done, but I can't thank her enough for how long my hair has got, and it is all natural and thick, and I love it. So now that I've got past the little boring bit of my story and my little hair story, I do just want to put a disclaimer in. Any tips that I do tell you are just stuff that have helped me. Everyone's hair is different. I am not a hairdresser, I'm not a professional hairdresser. I'm only telling you stuff that has worked for me. So if you do try any of this stuff, please just take into consideration that my hair will be completely different to your hair. Drink break. Okay, so I'm going to start off from the beginning. So one thing that I will just add, over the course of lockdown, I have ended up watching someone called Brad Mondo. If you don't know who he is, search him up on Facebook or YouTube. He is a really great hairdresser. He is really, really funny, and he just lets you know all like tips and tricks and stuff. But go and give him a follow, because I've learned a lot from watching him. But so now that that's done, I only try and only wash my hair once a week. Yes, it can get dirty. Your scalp produces natural oils that help your hair. If you're washing your hair every single day, you're washing those natural oils out, and when you do that, your scalp then goes into overdrive in a sense, where it then creates more and more and more and more of the natural oils, which then makes your hair dirtier quicker, so you feel like you have to wash your hair every day. You can train your hair in a sense that I can leave my hair for up to 10 days and it's still looking okay. It is just how you style it, you know, you've got to style it differently. But you can train your hair, and that is one of the big things that I will say, especially during lockdown. I've been going ages without washing my hair, purely because I want to try and keep all the natural oils in it as much as I can to help it. So yeah, only try to wash your hair once a week if you can. Or once every other day is even better than every single day, because you want to try and keep all your natural oils in your hair for as long as you can. Secondly, there's loads of different things that say you should use your conditioner first and then your shampoo, or do this and do that. Do what you do for you, you know, do what you normally do for your hair. Now, because I do leave my hair quite a long time, not necessarily dandruff, but it can get like dirty, obviously. So the best one that I have found for me is just your bog standard Head and Shoulders anti-dandruff shampoo and conditioner. When you shampoo your hair, and it does take a little bit of getting used to, because, you know, everyone is so used to like washing all of their hair, but when you do it, especially your shampoo, don't use too much, only use a little bit. Rub it all in your hands and then just go like this, like on your scalp, because that is the bit that you're trying to clean. And then when it comes to you rinsing it out, I will then like push it down like my hair, so it, you know, gets to a bit, and then when you go to wash it out, it's going to run down your hair and wash it anyway. So that is something that I have been getting myself into, and my hair feels no different than when I use a massive ton of shampoo and I'm washing it all on my ends. Secondly, never do this with your hair, because you're going to start breaking your hair, and that's how you end up with some split ends. So you just run through like that, And then with conditioner, if you do, because I went for a stage where I had like really, like it was really oily, like really bad, and my hairdressers told me try to avoid conditioner on the tops of your head, so just start from like here and work your way down, which massively helped me out as well. I then, over the course of lockdown, have started to use hair masks a lot more, and one that I have found that I really enjoy is this one from Garnier, and I've got the hair food one, and I really am enjoying it. Like, it's really making my ends feel lovely. I mainly concentrate this on this part of my hair, this big part, and I can't fault it, honestly. I cannot fault it. It is a bit pricey, well, for me, because I'm a cheapskate, but I don't know if you can tell, but there's still quite a lot in there, and I've used this about 7 or 8 times now, so that's like almost 2 months. So for me, that's definitely worth it. And then when I went to Home Bargains yesterday, I did pick up their shampoo and conditioner in that brand as well, just to give it a try. The best thing to do is, if you go in the shower or something, wash your hair first, put your conditioner in and leave it until you've done all your other bits in the shower, and then wash it out. Just try and leave it in there as much as you can. And then the last tip that I'm going to give when washing your hair is don't use boiling water. You're best to use warm water, and then I turn it down so it's a little bit cool at the end, but use warm water. Don't ever use boiling water because that's too hot for your hair. Okay, section number 2. When it comes to drying your hair, never do this like I told you in the shower. Never do that with your towel, because you're just gonna damage the ends of your hair. You don't want to do that. I try to air dry my hair as much as I can. Now, when you put your hair up into like the little bath, into the little towel turban thing, that's a big no-no, because your towel is so heavy, and even if you do it really tight, that's going to pull on everything, and you don't want to do that. So the best thing that I have found is one of these that you can get from Primark, Home Bargains. They don't pull on your hair as much, and when I put it forward, I literally just push my hair up slightly so it just sits here, and all it does is just keep your hair in that little towel hat thing, whatever it's called, without giving it the damage, which I really prefer. And I will try and let my hair towel dry or air dry as much as I can, because the least heat to go on your hair, the better. Also, another thing that I follow, I know that there's special brushes you can get for it, but I just prefer not to, is I do not brush my hair when it's wet, because especially, you know, warm or hot water, all of your follicles in your hair have opened up. You've just rinsed your hair of all your natural oils. It's in a fragile state to start with, so the last thing you want to do is take a brush and try and brush your hair all out. Obviously, if you've got conditioner in there and it just glides through, that's not an issue, but your hair stretches when it's weak, and as soon as it stretches, that's what will then cause your split ends. So for me personally, I don't brush my hair when it's wet. Like I said, I know you can buy specific brushes for it, but I just don't like brushing my hair when it's wet. That is my little section on drying your hair. Now let's go into styling your hair. Before I get into like appliances and stuff, I do just want to state that I know some people can't help it because some people have to for different sports or something like that, because I used to, but if you always wear your hair up in a ponytail or up in a bun, something like that, you can see here your hair starts to thin because it's been pulled back so much. It's not as bad here, but I've got a little bit here. So if you want to avoid that, then do it loosely. Try to do it loosely, because if you do it so tight all the time, your hair will start thinning and pull back. I stated this earlier, but I never ever used to use a heat protectant on my hair, and I should have. This is the one that I've been using, and I really rate it. You just do a couple of pumps in your hand, massage it in, and then just go through your hair like so, and then you can do what you're gonna do. But that is a big thing that I would say please do if you're trying to help your hair. If you do have to style it with some sort of heat, use a heat protectant. This one I got from Asda. Also, but one thing I do to help my hair in the 10-day process or week process for me not washing my hair, I use dry shampoo. And this is one, it was 49p from Home Bargains, and it's my favourite. I'm going to touch on it very quickly, but if you have followed my technique on letting your hair air dry as long as possible, but you just need to give it a very quick once over, like I said, the least heat you can have on your hair, the better. So this is my hairdryer, and you can see these, they are metal and they are going to be ridiculously hot. So if you're doing this, or especially with your brush, you're burning your hair because your hair is touching it. Now you don't have to use this one, obviously, because they come with different ones, but always try in the metal so it's going to give you less damage. But I just had to quickly tell you that one. Next, so my hair might go a bit static now. Actually, I'm just going to turn it on. A bit of protectant on this, just while my straighteners, which are really grubby, well, not grubby, they're just really worn out because I've had these for years now. When it comes to using straighteners, if you're slow and steady, your hair will be the exact same but in better condition than if you keep going over your hair. And also, for an example, I went round my auntie's to trial a little bit of bridal hair on her, and her straighteners were on the highest setting, and she's got damaged hair as it is, but her hair was on the highest setting and it was just singeing her hair. And I show her, if you turn it down, turn the heat down and just go slow and steady, your hair's going to come out exactly the same way, just without getting damaged. So mine doesn't tell you an actual heat, but mine goes up to 20 and I tend to have it on about a 12 or a 14. So I'm just going to quickly straighten that and just let that cool down a sec. But you can see there's still a bit of a kink. So what I mean by slow and steady, especially if you're straightening your hair, just go nice and slow, and there you go. It's not going to sit right because it's like on my boob, but that's it. You don't need to keep going over because you're just damaging your hair even more. Just had to put that kink back in. So I do want to add these in. So I've got these in my box that I picked up from Primark. So if you do want to avoid using heat, these actually work really good. They come in a box of 8 from Primark, but I'm pretty sure you can get them anywhere. You don't need no heat. All you do is just get a section of your hair, like this, roll it round, keep going for up to as high as you want, and then just clip it in and it stays there. Do this overnight. These aren't that uncomfortable to sleep in. Do it overnight and that's it. You can wet your hair a little bit if you want to, and then in the morning unclip it, unroll it, and your hair will be rolled. Obviously not like that because I have curled my hair, but these I would highly recommend because you don't use any heat, and if you do like your hair curly, that's perfect. Same with plaiting your hair. You get the little kinks, you don't necessarily have to do that. Obviously I get for convenience, but that's why you then use this. I have obviously been an extremely bad influence with what I'm about to say during this video, but it is for informational purposes, I suppose. You know how people turn around to you and say, don't touch your face, especially during these times, but don't touch your face as much because your fingers are dirty, you'll then get spots, blah 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 blah. It's the exact same for your hair minus the spots. So the more you touch your hair, the more quicker it's going to get dirty. Try to touch your hair as least as possible. It will then keep its freshness for a lot longer. Secondly, I'm probably going to wreck my hair now, or my curls, but when you brush your hair, don't go from up here down because of how knotty it can be. Now I've left my hair deliberately so it is knotty. Always work from the bottom, middle, and then slowly upwards. Let me just put you down just a little bit. So I'll show you this side. Pull your hair forward, grab a little bit, brush your ends up a bit more to the middle bit, and then you can brush out. This prevents you breaking off your hair a lot more. So if you do it straight from here and it's just full knotty, you're just going to get knots out here and it's not going to move anywhere. So brush from your bottom to your middle to your top. Also, another thing that I know can be hard, but I've just found that this works for me. As you'll see, since I've started this YouTube channel, you'll see, yes, I have changed my hair probably 2 times at most, but I hardly ever dye my hair. Now, I have the ombre effect on my hair. I have done for years now, purely because this up here is my natural hair colour. I love my blonde tips. I have to say that like slowly. Tips. I've tried to get rid of them, but I can't. I just enjoy having my blonde tips, but I don't need to dye it. On the odd occasion, once every 6 months, maybe once a year, I will go to the hairdressers and I will get them to just put a bit more blondness back into my tips because they do fade after a while. But here, I don't touch because I don't need to, so that means that I'm not damaging my hair at the top. I did find out that last year or the year before I actually had a load of highlights in my hair, a load of blonde highlights, because I wanted my hair to be blonder. When it came to me washing my hair, I would notice how knotted and tangled my hair would actually be because the blonde just dried my hair out too much, which is why I much prefer having this colour on the top of my hair. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't ever dye my hair, because I do, and I do like a change. At the end of last year, I dyed my hair very dark because I wanted a change, but I just do it once or twice at the most a year to keep my hair as healthy as possible. And it's only been the last 2.5 years maybe that my hair has actually grown how it has, and this is stuff that I've done to help my hair grow. I am just going to show you how long my hair is. This is it from the front. You can see that it is long. And then this is my hair from the back. I hope you can see that properly. I hope I haven't left anything out. I'm just trying to think, but I am just going to quickly run through the little tips that I went through, just to summarise. So, try to wash your hair once a week. Try and leave it as long as you can, because that means that all your natural oils will stay in your hair, which is essential for your hair growth. Don't wash your hair with boiling water or hot water. Use warm. Do not rub your hair. Make sure you use heat protectant if you are going to style it. Try and let your hair air dry as much as you can to eliminate a lot of heat damage to your hair. Do not rub your hair dry because you will damage it. Try and use a low heat if you're going to style your hair. Brush your hair from bottom to the top and try not to touch your hair as much as possible. I hope this video helped, because it is false advertising when people say, oh yeah, look at how quick I've grown my hair. The picture here that I've shown already, that I think was taken 6-7 years ago. So from that to here has taken me a while. Now, I'm not going to say that that's going to be as long as what it took, because my hair's been this length now for about 1.5 years, maybe even 2. But if someone has told you, or a gimmick on Instagram or something has said, take these vitamins or do this and your hair will grow instantly, it won't. Just take your time, do stuff the correct way, look after your hair, it will repay you by growing. I hope that helped. If you did like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up. If you want to see anything else on this matter or on this subject, leave comments down below. Even if it's not to do with hair, leave comments down below. If you would like to, which I would love it if you did, you can follow me over on Instagram. My tag is JLC468. I post on there pretty much every single day and it's a fun time. I hope this was informational for you. I will say it again, I'm not a hairstylist, I'm not a professional when it comes to hair, but this is just stuff that has worked for me. I'm not trying to sell you nothing, I'm just being completely real on how I've got my hair to grow. And honestly, I never ever thought that my hair would be as long as what it is today. So once again, if you did like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, let me know if you want to see any more videos of this or anything else in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, and from me, I will talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.